Okay, I'm going to read part 3 of the epilogue from Dear Evan Hansen. I called Jared the day after facing the Murphys, and predictably, he was furious. Are you an effing moron? Seriously, do you know anything? Please tell me Zoe's dad wasn't there. Of course he was, I said. Why? Because you just confessed a crime to a lawyer, and not just any lawyer, the lawyer you committed the crime against. I knew I was in unthinkable trouble, but I was still in the process of appreciating how serious it truly was. Jared felt that we should speak to his uncle and attorney and get our story straight. Instead, I suggested I approach the Murphys directly and beg for mercy. Evan, please, listen to me. Do not do that. It was the most earnest I'd ever heard Jared Kleiman. Really, Evan, when you think about it, this whole thing is on you, Jared said. It was your idea. That's not the way I remembered it, but I was done arguing. Look, I said, I'm not trying to point fingers here. I know what I did, okay? I'm not blaming you or anyone else. I never mentioned your name. They don't know anything about you. I could hear his fingers tapping a keyboard. I imagined him in his room, hurrying to wipe any incriminating evidence from his hard drive. Don't talk to your uncle, please. Let's just hold off a minute and see what happens. Maybe the Murphys won't even say anything. It was an absurd conceit, but that's all I had to go on. If you F me, Jared said, I won't. I swear. He hung up. When the dust settled, I tried to reach out to him in a series of texts. Hey man, I just want to say I'm sorry for everything. I know I was a dick. I am a dick. I'm trying not to be. Are we good? If you ever want to hang or whatever. All right, talk soon. But we never did talk, not in a real way. We said hello when it was unavoidable. He acknowledged me, but only in the most professional manner. You would have thought we were ex-lovers the way we tiptoed around each other. My biggest fear was that he had already gone to his uncle, setting the wheels of justice in motion, and I wouldn't find out about it until the authorities arrived to whisk me away. The following December, months after graduation, I was walking to catch a bus. An SUV pulled up. It looked like Jared's truck, but it wasn't. It wasn't Jared behind the wheel, or was it? This new Jared was slimmer than the old one, and he wasn't wearing glasses. Then he spoke. Still walking around town like a weirdo, eh? He told me to hop in and drove me to work. I kept glancing over at him. Maybe he finally started using that gym membership. How does a guy motivate himself? How does he take that next step and make a real change? My money was on a girlfriend. You look good, man, I said. I know we haven't seen each other in a while, but I'm still not into guys, Jared said. I thought you were at Michigan. What are you doing home? I quit and joined the Army. You're kidding. Obviously, I'm home for winter break, genius. It took a second to remember the way we were, but after that initial calibration, the rest of the trip was a breeze. The more time I spent with Jared in that car, and it wasn't more than 10 minutes, the more I realized how much I missed my old family friend. He had always tried, in his crude way, to save me from myself. And my role was to be our moral compass. I had neglected my responsibilities in a catastrophic manner, but it wasn't too late to redeem myself. I wasn't about to let Jared go without addressing the elephant in the back seat. I never told anyone, I said. I wanted him to respond in kind to clear my conscience, but he kept his eyes on the road and simply said, forget about it. Sure thing, no problem. We said goodbye and I thanked him. Jared and I weren't the soldiering types, but in a way we'd been in a battle together, and there was no one else besides the two of us who knew the true depths of what we had done. Perhaps the cold shoulder Jared showed me through senior year was about more than simply hurt feelings. or a lawyer's directive. Maybe he just couldn't stand to be reminded of our past. Either way, the takeaway for me was the same. Miracle of all miracles, Jared Kleinman had a heart.